What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and today we're going to be taking a look at a weapon you guys have asked me to test as part of my Does It Suck series. Now, this is the Hail, and I'm going to tell you right away that I know this gun isn't going to suck. Now, there are definitely a few quirks about this gun. You'll notice I have two versions here, the Ferocious Hail and the Swift Hail. This is the damage prefix, and this is the fire rate / accelerated projectile prefix, and it definitely makes a big difference when using this weapon. So we'll fire the damage prefix first. You can kind of see how far it goes and everything like that. And then we're going to switch to the swift prefix, and you can see that it has a much higher arc, a very much higher arc, as you can see. And so that's not what you want. You want the damage prefix because it is a lot more aimable. Now with this weapon you're going to have to aim down quite a bit, but as you can see, even when aiming down with the swift prefix, you'd have to aim really far down. And so that's why you don't want to get the swift or wild prefix or accessory, because that makes this gun a lot more difficult to aim. I recommend the damage prefix or one of the other prefixes that doesn't increase the projectile speed. You'll notice that also I am not spec'd into velocity because that will make this gun a lot harder to use. Now, a lot of people say aiming this gun is impossible, and I think probably the reason for that is they are playing at console FOV. So let me switch over to that, and I'll give you a little look at what that looks like. So, as you can see, we can't hardly see anything now, and here's the, yeah, that was the swift prefix, and as you can see, that makes it almost impossible to aim. So if you're playing on console, or just a really low field of view, and you happen to have the projectile boosting accessories, or some points in velocity or accelerate, you might have actually thought that this gun was impossible to use. However, even with the really low field of view, the regular damage prefix is still actually pseudo-aimable. Obviously, I like to play at a higher FOV though, and that's what we're going to do, because that makes it a lot easier. Excellent. So now that I'm back to a playable field of view, I'm going to pick up my chaotic neutral rogue comm to boost fire rate and magazine size. Then I'm going to go ahead and stock up on ammo and grenades, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, one thing you might not have noticed here when I was just shooting it for a little bit is that after a certain distance, the hail splits off and has an unlisted projectile, which makes it really good. This gun also has a fairly heavy splash damage and an increased critical hit multiplier, so all that works in our favor. Go ahead and get started on this guy here. Aim just a little bit low, and as you can see, we took that guy out pretty quickly. We'll be moving on now and fighting some more of these guys down here. Get slag on them all real quick. Oops, the Pimpernel did a little more damage than I had wanted, but, you know, that's the folly of the Pimpernel, I guess. Even if you're using it strictly as a slag weapon, it's still going to do massive amounts of damage. So, like I said, you have to aim this weapon a little bit lower, but when you do, you'll be taking things out pretty well. Excellent, so I killed that guy there. Like I said, I think the main problem with people thinking this gun's really bad is that they are using the console field of view. And I can definitely see how that would make you think less of this weapon. Oops, I had a little bad aim there. Also notable is that this weapon is obviously a Moxie weapon, and as such it's going to have lifesteal, which is really nice. So this weapon actually has a lot going for it. An increased critical hit multiplier, lifesteal, splash damage, unlisted projectiles, and all of that makes it really good, in addition to decent damage. As you can see, it's wrecking these guys pretty easily. Go ahead and get slag on that guy there. Excellent. So I took him out real quick. Go ahead and encourage that exploder to go ahead and explode, because that's what they do. Get slag on that guy there. When a guy's above you like that, it makes it really easy to aim at him. So, we're doing pretty well so far. The hail is, you know, a really strong and underrated weapon in my mind. I'm going to go ahead and throw a grenade so that I'm only at 4 grenades when I open this chest. because I think that will encourage the boxes to give me just a little bit more grenade ammo. And so that's definitely a good thing. Throw that back there, so hopefully he doesn't come too far this way. Big target, so it should be pretty easy to put all these hail rounds into him. And as you can see, it tore up the badass pretty quickly there. And that's definitely a good thing that we are looking for. Go ahead and proceed to the next room here. I chose to do it in the Washburn Refinery with a corrosive variant, just so you could see how it compared to some of the other assault rifles I've done, which I've tested all of them in this area. So I just did that for consistency. I hope the Washburn Refinery isn't starting to wear on you guys, but I wanted it to be kind of a consistent test. Now I should say that I haven't used the hail in, forever, and so my aim with it is a little bit off and everything like that. However, as you can see, even with my inexperience with the gun and, relatively rusty with it and everything, I'm still killing things pretty easily with it. Excellent. So we're working through these guys pretty easy right now. Go ahead and encourage the exploders to blow up. That way we can go ahead and move on to the next round. Excellent. I was happy to see Ohio State lose last night to Vautech. I used to live in the DC area for a little while, and it was always good to see Ohio State lose. Definitely something I enjoy right there. As you can see, with kunai and the hail, I was able to recover all my health there really quickly, and that's nice about this weapon being a damaging Moxie weapon. Kind of like Melee Zero, you can use kunai or other, forms of damage, grenades, etc., to get your health back using this weapon. And that's really nice. Excellent. So we're taking out the things pretty quickly here. I'm going to encourage that exploder to kill himself before moving on to this gunloader, who has a fairly powerful weapon. But I too have a fairly powerful weapon, so we're going to take him out. Excellent. Got some more exploders. This is an exploder heavy run. It's not always this exploder heavy, but when it is, that's okay, because you get to work through it a little bit quicker. Now that badass is going to be spawning up there in just a second, so we'll go ahead and get prepared for him. Still have plenty of ammo and some slag transfusion grenades, so we should be good there. Might be a little bit weird considering he's far below us and we'd have to aim real awkward to get it to hit him, but doing okay. I guess he's a far enough distance away that the bullets will actually start splitting, which should actually increase our damage. As you can see there, I got low on health, but then the healing effect of the hail healed me up, and we were able to kill him without dying. And so as you can see, the hail is actually a very powerful assault rifle. I think it's one of the better assault rifles in the game, to be honest. It does have its quirks. Obviously, it's more difficult to use at console field of view, and with certain prefixes and certain skills, it becomes almost impossible to use, especially if you are combining console field of view and bullet accelerating prefixes and skills. Well, that would make it, basically impossible to use and everything like that. However, if you are catering your build to it and you have the right prefix and everything like that, you should be pretty good. Excellent. So we're taking these guys out now. I need to get slag on some of these guys. Come on. I needed that exploder to blow up a little bit quicker there, but he wasn't cooperating with me. There we go. Ah. There we go. Got our heals in with the hail and the transfusion grenades. I'm not sure exactly which one it was there, but both of them worked out to heal me a little bit, I'd imagine. So we're doing pretty well right now, working through these guys. I am going to retreat a little bit and grab a couple grenades from over here, because, I want them for slagging purposes. Wow, only got one grenade. Well, that's okay, we have the slag pimpernel, and it's a really good slagging weapon. And obviously we're not going to be missing the heals too much, because this weapon will heal us, so that's always good stuff there. I went ahead and died there because I caught that exploder. But as you can see, the hail is going to easily get us a second wind. And so I think that was a pretty good demonstration of the hail's power and potential and everything like that. Obviously I went down. That was due to that exploder getting a craftily explosion on me and everything, and then blowing the junk loader into a spot where I couldn't hit him quick enough to get a heal. So that was definitely kind of my fault. I could have prepared for that. But as you can see, the hail itself has been working through these guys pretty quickly. That hot loader has pretty good tactics there, jumping up and hitting me with that fire damage over time flamethrower and everything. Try to hit that barrel there for a little bit of heals. There we go. Solid. I'm not sure if he's slagged or not. Ooh, he did get slagged. Not always will Death Blossom slag for you, but when it does, it's really, really nice, because then you don't have to switch to a slag weapon or use a slag grenade. And so as you can see, I tore through everything here pretty damn quickly. How many enemies do we have left in here? I'll go ahead and finish this off. Excellent. So I think that was a pretty good demonstration that the hail is actually a top tier assault rifle. The answer to does it suck is definitely no. This gun does not suck. It has a few quirks and everything about it, but they can obviously be worked around, and you can make the hail a very powerful weapon. Zero is probably not even the best character to use it on, but as you can see with Zero, it was very potent, and I know this weapon at least was at one point in time very popular for gauge users, and I can definitely see why that would be. Anyways, guys, as always, I thank you very much for watching. Thank you for this suggestion as a weapon to demo here, and I do appreciate that. If you guys have got some more suggestions, I'm working through your suggestions right now, and I plan to get to most of them, if not all of them. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd really appreciate that. Otherwise, I do hope to catch you next time. Last minute things to remember about the hail: do not get it with a bullet accelerating prefix. Do not use skills like velocity and accelerate that increase your projectile speed. And, you know, I'd recommend the damage prefix, and obviously it's easier to use at a wider FOV than it is a really narrow FOV like there is on console. I messed that up. I think that's FOV 7. There we go. FOV 70 is not really much better. It's definitely hard to aim when you have a really narrow FOV like this. I recommend a rather high FOV when using this gun. 120 is what I recommend. Anyway, guys, one more time, thanks for watching, and I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.